Well, I'm out in the back garden here and I have trimmed around the vegetable beds. So now I'm putting down matting. I'm actually tacking it to the timber. So I have also got staples coming that are for the fabric, and I'll be using those to weigh it down in different places. Now I trimmed all the grass here first and I'm literally tacking this in places to any timber surrounds or timber beds. Now I'm running it along the top up there and I'm tacking that in place there at where it meets the wood. So I'm then going to put on bark chips that I'm going to shred from timber that I'm cutting down at the minute, and I have cut down before and it's dry, so I'll be using that to start off with. So I've been trimming around here. There's going to be 2 new beds over where this is here, and then I'm also going to be putting bark chips over this entire area here and in between the beds and around the beds. So I want to make it as low maintenance as possible, but I'm not trying to spend a fortune doing it. So I got some matting here and I have another roll of matting too, so I'll see how far that goes. Now it's just one of those things that this is the best I can do at this moment in time, so I'm trying to make it as easy and low maintenance for myself as possible. It'll kind of evolve as I go, because gardens usually do, but this is what I'm at now. The weather has been very changeable. 1 minute it's sunny and the next minute, 5 minutes later, it's pouring rain. So while I've got this little respite of dry weather, I'm out here doing what I can do. So just figured I'd give you an update as to what's happening now. I plan to mat all this area in around here. There's a herb garden there, a little herb bed. I'll be putting the matting up to the shrubbery area here. There's actually timber below those shrubs there, so I'll be bringing the grass back to where that is and putting the matting down up until that, and then putting bark mulch all around that area. I'm debating whether to put a couple of beds up here as well, so it may end up getting matted as well. I'm not exactly sure yet, but it's too overgrown, it's too much work, and I just can't keep up with it. So I'm trying to make it a bit easier to manage, and just that it looks tidier as well, because with the weather and everything, it's impossible to keep it cut. So under the nectarine tree here, I plan to plant 2 permanent beds, so I'll be matting this whole area around the base of the tree. There's a good actual depth below that. There was a couple of feet built up around that nectarine tree. It was transplanted and it seems to be doing well. It's got nice leaves on it again. It looked pretty sad for quite some time. But around this area then, if it's matted, I can then grow courgettes on this next year, because the courgettes I planted this year over here, they're kind of taking over that whole bed. So, but if it's on top here, on top of the matting, it will look nice, and it'll also keep the weeds down when there's matting there, so it'll just won't have to compete with it. So there's a hedge here. It's honeysuckle privet there. It actually has purple berries and the bees love it, and that privet there, which is lovely for flower arranging. So I'm going to cut all this back here, down here, and right the way up to the bridge. This is the lovely bridge that Willie built me. So I'm going to do that, so just keep it tidy and keep it nice. And then the chippings that I do from shredding all shrubbery and stuff around the place, I will use then on top of the matting to keep it weighed down and a safer surface to walk on, because it's on a slope, this garden, quite a big slope, if you get me. So it's not like you can put anything else there, so that's why I want to put the matting down. Even in the grass would be slippy in winter time to come up here And as the tunnel is up here behind this wisteria, I kind of have to go up every so often to do it. Now, as we're talking about the tunnel, I'll bring you along to come and see what's happening at the minute. I'm having a break from the strimming. So, whoops. So I dug up the spuds there the other day, and I'm going to be planting this, more strawberries and more peppers and stuff I've already got growing, but I had nowhere to put them. So I'll be putting that up here. They all need good watering. There's strawberries, not strawberries, pardon me, tomatoes here, lovely and ripe. So I'll have to pick some of them later on. The other plum tomatoes are doing well. They're growing on nicely. And the ginger, that's doing well as well in the tunnel. I'm hoping that continues to grow. There's some I planted a bit earlier, and there's the leaves on it. So this is what's happening here in the tunnel at the minute. So these are the first tomatoes I planted, so they're doing well. There's more tomatoes outside in buckets, and then there's more I have to transplant into here. So today is the 1st of August in Ireland, so I will be hopefully getting another crop of tomatoes, and if the weather is mild, I could still be picking tomatoes the end of October. So we'll see how that works out. But I won't be doing spuds in this tunnel anymore. I did that, it wasn't really good. It takes up too much space really for what you get, and